Hi, as promised, I'm going to show you how to do the joints for the teddy bear. We've got the fur here. I'm also going to show you a quick demonstration on how to cut the fur. It is quite important because you don't want to give him a haircut. So the small scissors I find are the best, and basically you want to put your scissors in and you're just doing little snipping movements, and what you're doing is you're actually just cutting the back in. So you're not cutting all this fur here, you're just cutting that back in there. So just tiny little snips like that. You've drawn your pattern on obviously, and then you're going to just cut. That way you're not cutting the pile of fur, so when you take it apart you can see you've still got all the fur there and your fur will lie nice and flat. If you cut straight across through all the thicknesses like that, you've actually cut, you see there, part of the fur off, so it's flat rather than being wispy like that. If you just cut the back in like that, you separate it and you've got all the fur still there. So that's how to cut your fur. Right, for the joints, do a little mark on your fur on the inside, and I use an awl like this. Basically we're just going to put the awl through the fabric, and what you're trying to do is separate them. It's not sharp as you can see, but it's separating the weave there. And what you're going to do is take your pin excuse me, and on your pin you're going to put one of the small washers and then one of the large ones, and that just stops that oil from falling through. So you put the pin through the oil that you made, just give it a little jiggle, make sure it all goes through. There we go. Push that through from the back, and then you can see that stops that from coming through. You would then put that into your main body, and on the other side you would put the pin and the small washer that stops it from going through. So you've got your two layers of fur in between, your washers on one side and your washers on the other. I'm going to take them off because I don't want to really waste them. And you will then take a screwdriver, is probably the best, excuse me from reaching across. Just put a screwdriver just down the middle of this pins there. This is basically just to give you a little start so you can get your pliers in. Take your pliers and starting from the top, hold it firmly and just start to turn. So you're just doing little movements, you can see it going round now. Keep it turning, and you're going to turn it all the way down to where the washer is, you can see there. Now you can turn it and do the other side. This determines how tightly the joints are. So if you want quite a floppy bear, do them quite loose. If you want him to be so you can move him and put him in a certain position and keep him that way, then do them tighter. It is hard because I've got not a lot to hold on to, but we're just twisting all the way down to the base of the washer, and you can go back and do a little bit each time until you're happy with how it is. But basically you want it to look like a little butterfly, I suppose, on top of your washer. That one could go down a little bit more. You'll have a bit more to hold on to than me because you'll have all the bear. So there you go. That's how you do the joints on your teddy bears.